Deep within the secure facilities of the SCP Foundation, there is a being that looks like it stepped out of a dark chapter in human history. Known as SCP-049, or the Plague Doctor, this anomaly is one of the most famous and tragic figures in the records. While many anomalies are mindless monsters, the Plague Doctor is intelligent, polite, and driven by a deeply misguided desire to heal the world. At first glance, the Plague Doctor looks exactly like a Plague Doctor from the Middle Ages, standing at nearly 2 meters tall. In real life, Plague Doctors during the 17th century wore long leather coats and bird-like beaked masks. Back then, people believed that the bubonic plague was spread through miasma or bad air. The doctors stuffed their beaks with sweet-smelling flowers and spices to block out the foul smells that they thought carried the disease. However, the Plague Doctor is not just a person wearing a costume. The thick black robes and gloves it appears to wear are actually a tough, leathery hide that has grown over its skin. The iconic ceramic bird mask is not a mask at all, but a bone-like shell growing directly out of its facial skeleton. Despite this biology, X-rays show that there is a humanoid skeleton underneath it all. The Doctor also carries a black leather medical bag that defies the laws of space. The Plague Doctor has been seen pulling out surgical tools and objects that are far larger than the bag itself could possibly hold. The Plague Doctor was discovered by authorities in the town of Montauban. Forgive me, my pronunciation is terrible. Montauban in southern France after a string of mysterious disappearances. When investigators raided a local home, they found a doctor surrounded by reanimated corpses. The core of the lore revolves around an unknown disease that caused a pestilence. To this day, the Foundation does not know what the pestilence actually is. It isn't the bubonic plague, as the Doctor himself claimed to not know what that illness was when asked. Many readers and researchers believe the pestilence might be human nature, free will, or even death itself. Whatever it is, the SCP is obsessed with wiping it out. If he senses the pestilence in a human, he becomes hostile, and with a single touch of his bare skin, he can instantly shut down all biological functions, killing the person on the spot. After killing his patient, the Doctor opens his bag and performs crude, messy surgery on the corpse. The result is a creature classified as SCP-049-2. These cured patients are essentially mindless zombies. They wander aimlessly until they see a living human, at which point they fly into a violent rage and attack. To the Foundation, these monsters are a tragic failure, but to SCP-049, they are living proof that his cure works. He admits his cure is not perfect, but he fiercely defends it. For a long time, the Plague Doctor was very cooperative with the Foundation. He enjoyed his time in his cell, speaking in English and medieval French, and gladly accepted dead animal bodies to practice his surgeries on. He formed a working relationship with a researcher named Dr. Ham, and the two shared many polite conversations. This turning point in 049's story is a heartbreaking betrayal. During a routine test, the Doctor suddenly became agitated and claimed that Ham was infected with the pestilence. Without warning, he touched Dr. Ham, killed him, and turned his friend into a mindless zombie. When other researchers confronted him about this, the Doctor showed deep denial. He refused to admit that he had murdered his friend, insisting that Ham was simply sick and had now been cured. Because of this terrible incident, the Foundation realized the Doctor could not be trusted, and all of his privileges were permanently taken away, and he was banned from ever interacting with humans again. In one of the most famous extended stories in the SCP universe, known as the End of Death canon, a cosmic event causes death to suddenly stop working. No human or animal can die anymore, no matter how badly they are hurt. This creates a devastating ending for 049 because his deadly touch no longer works. His ability to cure the pestilence is completely broken. He's eventually allowed to work in the Foundation's medical bay to help treat unkillable patients, but the loss of his life's work ruins him. The Doctor spirals into a deep, heavy sadness where he becomes sluggish, stops caring about his research, and throws violent tantrums out of pure frustration. A Foundation psychiatrist officially diagnoses the once-proud Plague Doctor with severe depression. Stripped of his magical touch and his grand purpose, 049 is left as a hollow shell, cursed to live forever in a world he can no longer save.